our view is we view gold as a currency, and with global QE, currency debasement, the return of real rates around the world, and gold behaving well in periods of volatility, we've been constructive on gold. And then of course with our Australian dollar coming off and being under pressure in Australian dollar gold terms, it's provided a very strong price. In fact, it's around 5 to 10% off all-time highs. And so in particular we like Australian dollar gold and stocks leveraged to that commodity. Sure, so as I said, Australian dollar gold is next to all-time highs. You need to have a view on the currency, but our view is that with the currency under pressure, that Australian dollar gold is going to stay elevated for some time. And then that essentially leads us into how do we want to be positioned, or how can we be positioned to the strength in the Australian dollar gold price. We've done research on all the Australian dollar gold producers and essentially identified names with record margins. Bottom up, there's several things that we've invested in. And so, as I said, the primary focus is Australian dollar gold producers. We're looking at the free cash flows from the stocks, and we're looking for stocks with strong free cash flows, baked in the cake capex. If there's capital required, it's a low capital intensity type investment, and then beyond that, essentially high margin assets with long mine life, potential for exploration upside to either increase the mine life or increase production, and we have identified a few of those. Sure, so leverage to the Australian dollar gold theme, we're across the market cap spectrum. Santa Barbara, firstly, it's a mid to large cap producer. It's been an exceptional turnaround gold story. It's got arguably the highest margin, highest quality gold production asset in the country. Growing producer, self-funded producer, very high margin, excellent mine life, and potential for exploration upside. When we entered the stock, the risk reward was very attractive, and we're still there. We still see attractive risk reward. Beyond Santa Barbara, we own, call it a small cap and emerging name, Blackham Resources. Again, a turnaround gold story, a story that's been misunderstood by the market. Australian-based asset that had previous owners had sunk somewhere between $300 and $400 million into the asset. New management bought it for next to nothing. They've consolidated the grounds and put together a new mine plan, which we think is essentially plain vanilla. And we see, so it's imminent production, it's funded, very low capital intensity. It should come online for a full quarter of production this calendar year, the December quarter, at around 100,000 ounces per annum, strong margins, good mine life, strong exploration upside, very attractive risk reward despite the re-rating.